This is how to build a Space Marine in the year 2025. This will be a comprehensive beginner's guide for those who are a beginner in 2025. So if you're looking for expert tips or you're mad that this doesn't have any expert tips, this is the wrong video. We will make that at some point, all right? This is only for beginners, new to Warhammer, new to the hobby, or you know, you've come back to the hobby looking for a very quick refresher. Welcome to the Sunward Hobbies YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. Step 1 is to pick the Space Marine kit of your choice. But Paul, I don't know the lore. Who cares, right? Who cares? The rule of cool abides. Right? That's what's most important, what you find to be the coolest. Step 2, the tools. And there's only 2 tools that you need to build your very first model kit. In this case, your very first Space Marine. Opening any model kit boxes of any kind will unleash these gray things. It could be any color, but most of them are gray. And these are called sprues. This entire thing is called a sprue. So, or sprue trees, if you want to get technical like that. And these are the pieces. So this, in case here, is the back of a Space Marine armor, and it's hanging from the sprue tree with like those little tiny plastic connections there. See that? And all you have to do with your side cutter or sprue cutter, depending on the brand, is make sure, oh, by the way, make sure your sprue cutter is flat on one side. Those are the best ones typically, so that it can sit almost flush to the piece, right? And then all you have to do is to snip it off. Now be careful. You don't want it to be too flush against the piece, lest it damages the part. A little bit of the plastic from the connection isn't the end of the world. You can trim that off easily with the sprue cutter. Plastic cement is what hobbyists use the most when connecting pieces, not super glue. Get out of here. Basically, the most popular product in the hobby for cements is Tamiya Extra Thin Cement. If this product disappears overnight, like literally magically disappears, the hobby collapses in on itself like a black hole, like a dying star. This is the fuel for the hobby. Imagine plastic to plastic welding and only plastic to plastic. If you get this on your hands, who cares? You can just wash it off. This is not super glue. You're not made of plastic. Also, it smells terrible. There is a fume. Do not smell it. Too bad. Do not leave this open. It may cause headaches. Just as a side note, for step 2, there's an ongoing discussion online regarding sprue cutters or side cutters, depending on the brand, versus hobby knives. And honestly, long story short, just use sprue cutters. They are much more efficient, faster. Just one stroke, just one tap is all it would take to remove the part, and they are safer. The only feasible way you would use them if you don't have a hobby, a sprue cutter with you, is you would take your sprue cutter and you treat it like a saw or something. Granted, you can do that. The connections, at least for Warhammer, aren't like, look at that, they're quite thin, so you can feasibly do that. But the more common use is if you've removed them from the tree using a sprue cutter or something, and there's like a little bit of the connection attached to the main part, what people would do is they would take the part and they would like trim it off like this, like you're skinning an apple ready to eat. So for step 3, I have decided to build this guy, at least some variation of them. Short, simple, to the point, not much going on, just to show off how to build a Space Marine. So to get the body, it's telling me to combine parts 78 and 79. So grab your sprue and just look for parts 78 and 79. So 79 is right there, which would be this part right here. And where is 78? This one right here. So all we have to do is grab our sprue cutter and snip. There we go, part number 1. Then part number 2, which is 78. Oh, 79, sorry, this guy. Oh. There it is. Do not lose parts. And see how they fit together nicely? Yep, you found the right one. So we find 81 and 82, which is in another sprue, separate from the other one because it's mainly legs. So we have 82 right here. It's a bent leg, as it should. It's in an action pose, this Space Marine. Go, proper action pose. Wow. Regardless of the Space Marine kit that you use to build while following along this video, you will now have a plethora of options once the body is largely complete, because from here on out, you can pick whatever you want, really. Your choice of heads, choice of guns, choice of melee weapon, even the choice of your shoulder pads. That's completely and utterly up to you. Even the knives, if it's in the sheath or you're holding it, right? Yeah, it doesn't just have to be what's in the box. It could also be what's on the manual. Just pick your poison. We're just going to largely stick to something that looks like this. The only real notable change I will be doing is that I'll probably use the beak helmet. You know what? I'll snip it off right now. They're just so cool beaks. And there he is. Congratulations, you have officially built your very first Space Marine, and by extension, your very first model kit. Technically speaking, of course, you didn't build the entire box, but this is still an accomplishment. Welcome to the wider world of model kits and the hobby as a whole. And welcome specifically to Warhammer. Well done, congratulations. You've built your very first Space Marine, and again, by extension, you've technically built your very first model kit. Well done, I am proud of you. And we can call it a day right here, right now. You are not required to paint. In fact, quite a few people in unofficial tournaments never paint. There's a lot of gray, a sea of gray in these sort of tournaments, and I realized that a lot of, everyone basically comes from stressful jobs. They're just wanting to, de-stress, stretch, clear their mind, and that's why they do the hobby. And painting can be stressful for some people, and I understand that, and that's why honestly, I can stop the video right here. Well done. Congratulations. You've completed your Marine and you can build the rest and you don't have to paint them. But if you want to go further beyond, I'll show you a little bit of painting. But that's another video for another time. This is specifically just going to be a build video. The paint video should be coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow us on our social medias. Check our website link for a real-time inventory. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.